Hi guys, it's going to be altogether different video because I never spoke about any of my work, but I wanted to let you know that not everything is rainbows and roses, and there is a very special reason why I'm doing this video. So I often see a lot of people texting me, or a lot of people in my community reaching out to me telling how passionate they are to get into the freelancing world, how passionate they are to close the clients and earn more money, move to Dubai. I really like the approach, and I believe that's the approach that's going to get them the clients, and that's the approach that they use it to make more money. And I do agree with them, and I do like that approach. But there are some people who has a very different expectation on the freelancing, and that really has to do with the complaints about 9 to 5. Now, I don't like that fact, but some people may have experienced it, so it's quite justifiable. But I see a lot of people coming to me and telling, I don't like 9 to 5, I don't like working 9 to 5. The manager is toxic, they make me do a lot of work, and if I am a freelancer, everything's gonna be not there. I live life according to my terms. I set my own working hours. I work with people who I like. So there are a lot of speculations about freelancing and a lot of different expectations that has to do with aggregate information you find over the Instagram. So you see people telling that they have closed the clients, they've done this, they've done that, but trust me, none of them have or would have actually done the work that the freelancer do. And you can always segregate them by the reels they post or by the content they post. And a lot of people do come to me asking whether the person is legit, and it's very easy. I give a justifiable answer. Now, anyways, coming to the point. So, if you hate 9 to 5, you might hate freelancing as well. It is, of course, better than 9 to 5 in many angles, but it completely depends on you. Now, let me elaborate it. Now, if you're a freelancer, what you do is you leverage your skills for money. I mean, you have a skill. There is somebody out there in the world who wants the skill and he has money, and you want money and he wants the skill that you have, and you just trade it. And it has been going on since years. And now it has digital. Now everything went digital. So you will be working with a digital skill set, and you will be just trading with the money online. It's an online money, and it's a real money, and it's a new thing that everybody's doing, and we have been doing it since quite a while. But freelancing experience that you have will be 100% depending upon the client that you close. Now, a lot of people tell that I cannot close clients, I'm not able to. That is one of the headache. But the bigger headache is after you start closing clients and you work with some of the clients. Now, let me give you a very short way or a short explanation of what happened to me. I've been in sales since quite some time, and I have been into high ticket sales since 1.5 years. And recently, I mean, not very recently, when I started out the high ticket sales, I used to work with a service based company. Okay. So, what I used to do is I used to sell high ticket programs. It was a service based company in a place which I don't want to mention, but we were targeting US and UK back then. So, now I'm not sure about how the agency is doing. And what they wanted me to do is I had to take few calls. They gave me a dialer, they gave me a CRM. I had to take few calls. I had to close few clients, set the appointments, and close the deals, and do the follow up. So all the general things that a person in sales can expect. It didn't require much from me, just a laptop and a headset. And they told we'll have a meet, and I did have a meeting. I had to work all night because it was a US shift. I mean, it was a freelancing thing, but I was not their employee. I was just a freelancer working for them. And I always had this mindset that even though I work with this company, I am the best. So I assumed I will be closing more sales anyways, and I'll be earning more money. So that's the best part of the sales, guys. You are a best performer. You get to go home with shit lot of money. That's what has happened for me since many clients, and I got a lot of money because I was able to pull deals from them. But in this scenario, they wanted a very low payout, but they were very happy with what I had to offer. And I said yes, because, as I told you, I had confidence that I closed more clients. So I said yes. And that yes has set a ceiling that I couldn't break. And it was almost for 5 months, in fact. And I'll tell you how that yes costed me. Everything went normal. The first month I started taking calls and I did maybe two sales, and everything started to roll. People started believing that I can perform. They were giving me more important leads, and they thought they can put more on me. But the pricing was never increased. I mean, the retainer fees was never increased. I was charging two things. One is a monthly retainer, another is the incentive or the commission that I uh, the deals that I've closed. So I realized by the time that I wasn't just closing. So they made me do a lot of things. I used to handle the client onboarding. That means I had to take them over a Google Meet. I had to explain them the dashboard. I had to explain them what all they will be walking through. So I was doing more than what I was supposed to be paid, or more than what I was supposed to be doing. And they told that I had to do this. And many a times we had not an argument, many times we had a discussion that this is not something that I can do. But they told it's just temporary. They have few people that they're hiring. So until then, so they always manage it up. So I was handling all the post sale process, and they didn't wanted me to pay. I was okay with it because I was closing sales and I was taking the commission. But there was one problem which I knew that it was there, which is the incentives or the commission were paid late. It was paid late. It was not paid on time. It was paid late, and I knew it before. So I thought that's fine as long as I'm getting paid. But in the time of that, the gap of that, I had to do a lot of work. And I cannot tell no, because just in case I don't get the incentives, or just in case I don't do the onboarding, it will be tied up with my incentives. So I couldn't say no. So it finally took me, I mean, after 3 months, we had a little bit of revamp, and I stopped doing the onboarding process and all that. So I told them that I'm bringing the clients, and I have did all the things. So I need a rise, or I need a different monthly retainer. I just asked around $300 extra, probably 300 to 350. And they told no, I didn't hit the quota. But I said I didn't hit because I had to do a lot of process. They told no, that's not how it works. Everybody goes through it and it's quite normal. But the quota is not hit. So we shall do it for the next 3 months. And I'm pretty much sure if you do hit it, we'll go ahead and do it. But I didn't. I just cut them off. And I told that that's going to be it. So I lost that authority to lead. So the client became the person who was in control of me, and I hated that. But I was still working with them because, one, I cannot let a client have a bad experience, and that leaves a bad review on my company, Stone Circle. And the second is I wanted the client so that I get the money, I get the cash flow in. Third is we had another deals as well. So they told that if this turned out well, we shall tie up with the marketing services that you provide as well. And that made me push for. And then I realized that they already had marketing in place that they promised somebody else. And by the time it was too late, and cumulative of all the thing, I did lose the authority to lead the project. Maybe if every option was given to me to lead it, they would have got more revenue. But they had their own style of doing it, and they didn't. And that's one of my learning, because learning from my company, because I don't want to be the person that the person was. And I would like to give my freelancers or my employees the full liberty of what they're supposed to do, and with an effective communication. And the second is, you don't work with a client that seems fancy. You don't work with a client that feels good for you. I mean, you work with a client who is right for you. Correct, you just don't run behind the name tags. So that's what happened to me. And it was very late and silent. The payout came less, as I told you. So there was the issues. And the discount doesn't buy loyalty, it buys lack of respect. That's what we can conclude. A discount doesn't buy you loyalty, it buys you the l- your trust, basically. So the price is your positioning, the price is you. So never ever uh, give it more. So you just, if you discount it once, you sell from below. So that means you will lose the value of yours will be lost. So do not do it. So do not get into this trap. So in remote sales it happens a lot. Your rate is just standing, you have to protect it. In everywhere it happens a lot. So it's not only in remote sales or high ticket sales, everywhere it happens a lot. And the moral of why we did this video is to let you know that freelancing is the best thing that can happen to you if you know how to choose the right clients. And oftentimes you will work with the bad clients because there is no absolutely perfect God material clients, and that's okay. That's definitely okay. But if that client is stopping your ability to perform at your fullest, maybe it's time to know when to say no, because that's very important. If you make a mistake once, when to tell no becomes very important. So this is one of the very early things that I've learned, that I tell to my students as well. So when you're an early freelancer, or when you're in early stage of becoming a freelancer, or you are a freelancer, don't just tell yes to everything. It's going to ruin you. Don't take more clients and give more discounts, lower the pricing. No, find 2 to 3 clients per month that can give the value that you deserve. And we actually, in our community, in our classes, see, it's an ecosystem. We are the world's first freelance ecosystem. So what we do, ecosystem has the education, ecosystem has the community, ecosystem has the real world learnings, ecosystem has other freelancers, ecosystem has other companies we have tied up with. Ecosystem does also have inclusive of all the outreach that you can do, the statistics, everything. I mean, it's the world's first ecosystem that has everything that you'd want to become a freelancer, to stay a freelancer, and to excel as a freelancer. And oftentimes, I do inform them this story, and we give us there is a special module that we do to price according to the value that you provide, and how to price it, and how to stay to that pricing before you give any discount. So how to create value for the pricing. And the pricing is actually twice than what you have in mind most of the times, because most of the times you're just very desperate, and we'll give you the right pricing. So this is something I wanted to tell you, because freelancing is about you. Freelancing is always about you.